Alright, so yesterday I posted a video about some disappointments I had in my first month here in the Phoenix area because I thought when I left Seattle I had left solo sexual harassment behind for good. I really did. I wanted to close the book on that chapter in my life, but unfortunately I ran into a smaller version of it here. I wouldn't say the same thing. And I ran into a few comments on YouTube that should have been a little bit more sensitive, but I'll take an educational approach. One of my subscribers said that people with family are quote unquote quote more important. I got to point out a distinction. They are more urgent, right? Their family isn't going to wait. When their kids have no childcare to go to, yes, that's an urgent event that needs to be taken care of today, right? When they have a family member who's dealing with COVID or they're dealing with grief from a family member passing away, yeah, that's urgent. That's today. That's here and now. But it's not necessarily more important than me wanting to go out and start my future family, right? Or me taking mental health time, right? Those are maybe a little bit less urgent, right? But I wouldn't say they were less important, right? After all, they were in the shoes of one day, long ago, a few years or maybe a decade ago, going out to a board game meetup to look for that person, right? So how does this fit in with how I want to see our future society? Well, for example, my colleague who wanted me to fill in this week, I talked about in my last video how it's mid-semester break. I'm working at a tutoring center. There's not that many hours to be worked, and my colleague goes on vacation while I work these sparse hours, and maybe 2 months from now when I go on vacation, I miss a lot more hours than he does, right? Well, I mean, it's a sparse week, but it needs to be taken care of, right? So why not pay me the entire week, right? Or maybe split the difference at least, right? Besides, I really don't feel like I saved all that many hours, right? It's not like I had a great time going to the Desert Botanical Garden, recording videos, going on long-distance walks, and because I didn't, there were a lot of subjects I didn't know how to tutor that I had to fill in for my colleague. And when I tried to contact him, I got very upset at his attitude, right? He's kicking back in Cancun and barking orders at me, basically. Now maybe split the difference. I mean, it's a good amount of change we're talking about. You know, but if I went up to my desk today at work and I see that my boss has left me a little something, right, as a gift for appreciation. Maybe it's a 1-ounce silver coin, or better yet, a gift card for Gertrude's restaurant at the Desert Botanical Garden, because that would acknowledge that he accepts me for who I am going out there alone, right? I think that would erase a lot of the pain, right? But unfortunately, I highly doubt any of that's going to happen, right? Because people just don't understand that solo sexuals have their... Actually, strike the silver. 5 pounds of bismuth, because that would indicate that my boss acknowledges that I have a life outside of work and that I love to make these art crystals, right? Anyway, I thought I would point that out. What else has been going on? When I was working at WTU and I had to, one of my colleagues had childcare issues and she asked me to donate some of my vacation time. I don't see why it has to be an either or. She should take care of her child, I should go on vacation. And so unfortunately we don't see it that way a lot of times, right? Or maybe the students should understand that, you know, there's too few hours to justify keeping the store open. Maybe both of us should have gone on vacation this week, right? I'm just throwing some ideas out there. I want some more synergy. I don't want there to be push-pull, right? Anyways, thought I would point that out as a solution for going into the future, right? Unfortunately, the students, good luck getting them to understand. They come from wealthy families where they're entitled to anything they can bark out of their mouths, right?